Hello there, and welcome back to another episode of Don't Call Me Skinny. Thanks for joining. If you are new here, welcome. Thanks so much for joining us today. If you are not new here, thanks so much for coming back. I see some of you who come back for more. I love it. Okay. We started the consistency challenge. Very excited about it. The cool thing I love that I've done with this is literally created a separate podcast for it. I love it. So all of the drops that I'm doing that are these mindset shifting things that we are discussing about today. Well, today, I will say today is what I'm recording, but yesterday on May 1st, the very first thing I talked about is willpower and mind, self-control. And I feel like we believe that we're just supposed to have these things, or like if we can just willpower our way to a better place. It's like, I know what to do. I just need to do it. This is not real. It's not real. If you knew what to do and do it, you could do it. And that's kind of what I want to talk about coming off of this macro tracking, being obsessive. So what I love about macro tracking versus other areas is macro tracking actually allows to give you a breakdown of the things that you are consuming on your diet. So again, it gives you these micronutrients. It gives you overall macronutrients. It talks about your calories. It shows you all those things, but it also shows you the nitty gritty part. And unfortunately, while I believe Weight Watchers is starting to do this, the majority of them aren't. And unfortunately, even with the point system, you're not getting the back end help. You're not getting the flip side of the coin. You're not getting the mindset work. You're not getting the actual guidance of the actual problem. The problem isn't the fucking food. I love you, but the problem is you. So it's unfortunate, but that's what's happening. So what I really want to touch on briefly here today, since it's Friday, no filter, is macros is not an actual like diet itself. And that's what I like about it. There's nothing fad. There's nothing trendy. There's nothing that you can, it's not a shiny object. And in fact, we get a lot of resistance when it comes to tracking our macros because it brings in such awareness. It's like I mentioned, it'll tell us if we're consuming too much fat or not enough protein or way over on carbs or not enough of something, right? It tells us those things. All it does is give us data. It's not a diet. It's data. Excuse me. And the sooner that you can wrap your brain that is kind of the movement piece that you're going to get to, like that's where you're going to start seeing the shift, is understanding that data. Woo-wee. It's a game changer. It's a literal game changer. And what I love about even the ladies that are coming into the consistency challenge, they're not choosing, it's not like getting 104 grams of protein on the dot. You know, some people are just working on door dashing less. Other people are really trying to, maybe have some better self-talk, right? We don't understand and see how these things affect our macros, affect the ability to stick to those macros. But I'm telling you right now, all this behind the scene work, it doesn't mean anything if we can't continuously apply it. So if you choose a quote unquote diet system that you cannot sustain for a long period of time, and I'm talking long, 5 years, 10 years, 12 years, forever, that's where we run into problems. And that's why I say it's not a diet, it's data. Because it doesn't matter if I'm gaining weight, maintaining weight, losing weight. I can look at all of that data very objectively. Didn't used to be able to. It also showed me where I can improve things about the things that I'm doing, right? I solely remember this. My oldest used to get OT services for his sensory, and we would drive, 40 minutes away. It wouldn't be that now, but from where we used to live before we moved 6 years ago, it was like a 40 minute drive, and I'd pull him out of school and we'd drive there. And then typically on the way back, or maybe on the way there, I would stop and get a hot cocoa. And I had just started, losing weight. Will had just left. Of course, I'm single momming. Now I'm doing this appointment weekly. I was like, like I'm on a diet. I got to go to the gym. Like I was so like womp womp. And I remember I'm like trying to like sort of track my calories. Like, okay. And the very first thing that I did when I started doing this, and I remember literally so clearly having this conversation with Will while I was waiting for Clayton in his OT appointment. And I literally told him, I don't think I know what I'm doing. Like, I don't understand. Like, how is it possible that you've been gone for 4 months and I've lost 7 pounds? Like, this is ridiculous. Like, this is bullshit. And so instead of him, which I love, instead of him placing blame on me or being like, hey, maybe it's those hot chocolates you keep getting. Cause of course I'm getting it with like non-fat milk and all. I'm like, oh, I'm healthifying it. It still didn't matter. And so once I got back onto Weight Watchers, because if you know my story, you know I did rejoin Weight Watchers 9 years ago for about 4 months, 3 months maybe. I got back on Weight Watchers and I did. Do you want to know how many points my fucking hot chocolate was even healthified? I think I got like 27 points. Swear on my fucking life. A small hot chocolate with non-fat milk and half of the syrup. Half of the chocolate. So I was basically drinking barely flavorful warm milk. Okay? We're just going to call it like it is. Almost 5 points. It was like 4 point, whatever. It rounds up. It does whatever. I don't exactly. 4 or 5 points. 4 or 5 points for that hot chocolate. So then when I started actually tracking my macros and I started to understand how this translates into macros, because I didn't really understand how points and macros and calorie, I knew that the points, you know, it restricted the calories, but I didn't know at what point. Like, I don't know what 27 points was calorie wise. Okay. Maybe I only got 24. I don't even remember. This is also when they had all like their flex points and like, oh, you can go over today and blah, 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 before all their 0 point fucking food, whatever. So when I started tracking my macros and inputting this hot chocolate, y'all, the hot chocolate was like 300 to 400 calories. I was like, what the fuck? So then I was like, oh, no problem. I'm just going to go get like their mini one, like their Bambino one, like their little baby one, not the venti, not the small, not the tall, but smaller than a tall, like the mini. What the fuck was the point of that? Just to say that I had it? Like, I didn't even understand. I was like, this is stupid. And even at that rate, it was still almost 200 calories. Okay. I was drinking, in this case, this one instance, there were many instances that I was doing other things not well, but in this one instance, I was just drinking calories. What did that 200 calorie drink do for me? Now, maybe if it was something that I was getting like once a week and it's like, okay, this is when we're doing it. But these are things I would literally go to Starbucks almost every single day after I dropped the kids off at school, and I would get this. So every single day I'm spending originally 300 to 400 calories on a fucking hot chocolate that barely had flavor. So it was like warm goddamn milk. Okay. Warm fucking milk. Wonderful. I was like, what am I doing? What is happening? So then I'm like, I'm just going to healthify it more. I'm just going to get a smaller size. So then I was spending like $3.50 on a fucking little mini hot cocoa. What the fuck? Again, right? Macros showed me, yes, while I understood like 3 to 4 points for a drink was a lot, it actually showed me what was happening. Like, I could visually see it was all carbs, essentially maybe 2 to 3 grams of protein. That was it. And it was just like, wow, what the fuck am I doing? Like, I like my carbs. I'd rather not drink them. I'd like to eat the pasta over drinking the carb. Like, that's all that showed me. Right. And so then we can start seeing, where do our calories go? That's what I love about using Chronometer with my clients, is that I just click on fat and it shows me all the sources of fat and how much is coming from where. So if we're like super bad, I don't want to say bad, over or under, could be either or. If we're not on target, not even close to target for fat, I can click it. If we're not close on target for protein, I can click it. Where are we getting protein from? Literally, there's like 3 things. We need to increase our protein. This is clear, right? If I click on carbs, we're way over, way under. Like, no wonder why you feel like dog shit. You're not consuming any carbs. Let's look at where are our carb sources at. And what are they? Is your carb source candy, or is it a fucking potato? That also makes a difference. So understanding how to utilize this data and how it can actually help you. It's like, man, I really want to get to where I'm going, but guys, I don't actually want to use the data that's going to get me there. Fuck that shit. Why are we this way? I don't know. So that being said, again, huge shout out to those who are in the consistency challenge. Love it. So excited to be there with you. Looking forward to the next 31 days. And, you know, I'm just excited that you stepped in to do this for yourself. It's so important. It's so fucking important. So, if you guys have questions about macros, okay, all you got to do is send me a message or post, a question in the comment section here. And then of course, as always, Fat Loss Basics group coaching program where my ladies are crushing and killing. The crushing and killing, the killing and crushing, is open for you to join. Link is in the show notes as well. I can't wait to get on next week. Next week, I have a lot of great things coming. So I hope you guys have an amazing weekend. Please get outside, move your body, get some sunshine on your face, and go love yourself a little bit. Catch you on the next episode.